CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Matt Woodman.
Good evening. The Premier says Alberta will ditch twice-a-year clock changes and stick with daylight saving time year-round. It means less daylight for Albertans in the morning during the winter and more light late in the day. CTV's Jacqueline Wilson reports.
Time's up on the time change, according to the province. Alberta will soon be sticking with daylight time year-round.
Yeah, we're going to be moving forward to getting rid of time change, and we'll be moving forward with having an extra hour of daylight in the evenings.
Premier Daniel Smith said government started consulting on the time change after the recent shift from our western neighbours.
BC has made an announcement that they're going to be ending time change. That obviously has impacts on us. We also know that the Northwest Territories, and they haven't made a decision, but they're looking at it. And now we've got, so we're squished in between two provinces who no longer change their clocks.
5 years ago, Albertans voted down keeping daylight time year-round in a referendum, but it was tight, 50.2 to 49.8%. People out enjoying a warm and sunny spring day seem to be in favor of the change.
I think that would be better because you could adjust just one clock size and that's it.
Yeah, I think it's about time. I hate it. I mean, we're only talking about an hour, so why would it be so impactful?
But one psychologist thinks we all might be singing a different tune in the depths of December when the sun won't rise until around 9:30 a.m.
Russia tried this in 2012. Went to permanent daylight time. Like Canada, they're a northern country, and they found that actually mental health problems amongst the youth spiked.
Professor Michael Antle says studies also suggest there are health consequences depending on where you live in a time zone.
On the eastern edge, where you have an earlier sunrise and earlier sunset, people get more sleep. They go to bed earlier, and they're healthier. They have lower rates of obesity, lower rates of heart disease, lower rates of diabetes, and even cancer.
Antle says he reached out to the UCP government when BC made its permanent switch, but was told it was more interested in business impact and not health. The legislation is expected to be tabled later this week. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
The federal gas tax holiday has begun. The tax amounts to 10 cents a litre, so we should notice prices dropping at the pumps. Lower oil prices due to the ceasefire in Iran are also having an impact. The Premier reiterated on her radio show this weekend the earliest Alberta could drop its 13 cent a litre tax would be July, as per provincial legislation. Two people in Edmonton are sharing how they escaped an early morning fire in their north side apartment complex. It happened just after 5:30 at the Wyndham Crossing complex near 50th Street and 137th Avenue. CTV's Evan Kenny has their story.
Chantel Stanley says the strong smell of burnt toast floating into her apartment early this morning made her open the door.
The doorknob was really hot, the ground was hot.
When she checked out her front door,
a lot of smoke came over.
She woke up Carson Gladue in the room over.
I remember her being like, we have to go, and I was like, go for what? I was like, what? And then she opened that door and that smoke hit me too.
They debated jumping off the balcony. Instead, the two crawled under the smoke through the stairwell.
And I was feeling, it was couldn't see in front of us. It was just straight whiteness. I was like this, and I was just feeling.
40 Edmonton fire rescue crews responded. It says one person was taken to hospital with burns. One firefighter also suffered minor injuries.
It's difficult, a lot of heat when the crews first arrived, a lot of people to rescue and evacuate.
This isn't the first time people have been displaced here at Wyndham Crossing due to a fire. Last May, a woman's apartment set on fire after she was smoking while using home oxygen in the unit.
We've had some other fires in this area where there's high winds and it makes it a lot more difficult to contain.
The cause of this fire is still being determined. Stanley and Gladue haven't been allowed back into their apartment.
We hugged each other. We're like, oh, I'm so glad. We're okay. We're grateful.
We're not worried about our stuff that much. We're just long as we're okay.
I never would have thought we'd experience that.
Especially on our first week living here.
Edmonton Fire says 200 people live in the building. It's unclear how many have been displaced. Evan Kenny, CTV News, Edmonton.
Police in Edmonton say they're looking for additional victims after charging a tattoo artist with 5 counts of sexual assault. Police say 40-year-old Iskuteu Gladu provided services at a tattoo shop in Kingsway Mall and a second shop on 118th Avenue and St. Albert Trail. He's accused of touching female clients in a sexual manner while tattooing them. Police say most of the alleged assaults occurred in 2025, with at least one dating back to 2021. Police are asking anyone who may have had a similar experience to contact them. There's a sense of relief tonight for drivers who had their vehicles break down after filling up at a gas station in South Edmonton. Circle K confirms the problems are linked to water that got into its storage tanks, and it's working with affected customers. CTV's Amanda Anderson has an update.
The pumps at this Esso Circle K on Ellerslie Road are still offline. Last week, dozens of customers, all who filled up here, experienced car trouble soon after. Dan Bro's wife fueled up on Monday night.
Tuesday, it wouldn't start. I was the other side of the city, had to come home and pick her up and drive her to her work.
He had to get her car towed to the dealership, where it was confirmed there was water contamination in the gas tank.
We had a little bit of water, but enough to affect the vehicle. So the spark plugs, the gas pump, the fuel pump, and the gas tank, and various other parts had to be replaced.
Circle K says the issues experienced by some customers have been linked to water intrusion in underground storage tanks at the site. We regret the inconvenience this has caused and are actively supporting affected customers through our claims process while continuing to address the underlying issue at the site. Bro says he's been asked to submit receipts, including proof he bought gas there and for repairs.
Now I know. Now I have an expectation that that money is going to be replaced, so I don't have to worry about it. To most people, that's a lot of money, especially when you're not planning for it.
Drivers impacted can call Circle K customer service at 1-855-276-1947. Bro doesn't blame the station or staff, but learned a lesson to always hang on to receipts.
And it was just lucky that we kept it this time. So I'll probably have a glove compartment full of fuel receipts.
The company says remediation work continues, including system cleanings, line flushing, upgrades to detection components, and repairs to the fill well. The station will reopen once the system is given the green light by a third-party technician. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The city of Edmonton wants to be proactive when dealing with the rising risk of wildfire. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, a new strategy asks homeowners and even city planners to do their part.
Tucked away on the south bank of the North Saskatchewan River are 2 residential streets the locals call Skunk Hollow. For them, springtime can be scary.
In the last 10 years, there's been 27 fires in this area, and 6 of them were quite serious.
So Grant Irwin got to work. He and some neighbors are still trimming tree branches, cleaning eaves troughs, and removing dry leaves and other fire fuel from around their homes. The effort recently earned Skunk Hollow the first Fire Smart neighborhood designation in Edmonton.
The Edmonton River Valley is so loved by so many Edmontonians, and we live in the River Valley, so we want to convince everybody to become Fire Smart.
So does the city. That's why it developed a comprehensive wildfire risk strategy.
We're recognising the changing climate. We as a fire service and us as a city are seeing that increase in risk. And rather than wait for, kind of tragedy to drive our actions, we wanted to try and get ahead of it.
The strategy is broad, looking to tackle fire risk from as many angles as possible.
Development and legislation, what can we do there to try and kind of guide what development occurs in higher risk areas? It's public education, it's cross-training, it's collaboration with regional partners, it's enhancing the equipment and training that our firefighters have.
The city has already ramped up efforts to prevent wildfire. It uses drones to survey the river valley and ravine system for encampments that have open fires. Last year, it performed the first ever controlled burn at the new park in the northeast, and there are plans to install smoke sensors all over the river valley.
If there was a fire, they would be getting readings on specific particulates that are present that are indicative of smoke.
The strategy outlines 14 more actions the city can do to protect against wildfire. Council will choose between doing all of them for up to $11 million or just the most urgent actions for about half that cost. That vote will happen during budget talks this fall. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
The Edmonton Oilers hit the ice tonight for Game 1 of their opening round series against the Anaheim Ducks. For the latest on the score, just visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Playoff excitement can be felt all across the city, especially in the city's downtown core, where tens of thousands of fans took in the game. CTV's Nair Manisa has more.
This will be one of many beers Patricia Street Deli will pour this postseason.
We're used to tourist traffic in the summer in Jasper, so this is new to us.
The downtown restaurant is gearing up for a new kind of crowd. It's located a couple of blocks from Rogers Place.
We're considering extending our hours to accommodate all of the Oilers fans, and as well as we would love to see people stop in and have a sandwich before the game, before they head to Rogers Place.
The sandwich shop opened in Edmonton last winter after its Jasper location was destroyed in the 2024 wildfire.
The chimichurri, chipotle, and the Inca sauce.
The deli says it may not be your traditional sports bar, however...
We actually have 4 TVs around the bar, so and we have even a nice little sound system, so we can do the hockey games just as good as some of those bigger bars in town. Yeah, just maybe a different vibe.
Well, it's the deli's first postseason. First Round Sports Bar is a seasoned vet.
This is what we get ready for every year, right? We bring in extra staff, we bring in extra tables so we can accommodate everyone, and it's just, it's a big boost of energy and sales.
The bar's general manager says hundreds of people have called to book reservations.
We want to create the best fan experience without going to the game.
Some fans, though, would prefer to watch the games from the Moss Pit or the Fan Park. Like these fans lined up several hours before gates open. The excitement is also being felt on the ice.
I'm sure the butterflies will hit you when you're coming out the rink, and the fans are going crazy, and that's when you really feel it.
This place is special to play in the playoffs. I mean, I've been fortunate enough now to do it for 3 playoffs, and it's remarkable.
Nair Manisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
Here's a sign of spring in Edmonton for the past few years. Oilers artwork popping up on sidewalks, or in this case, a driveway. Tara Stroshine drew this creation with chalk. It depicts Oilers mascot Hunter going on a duck hunt. Her daughter also drew Matthew Savoy's jersey for good luck. The forward from St. Albert is the family's favorite. He did score his first career hat-trick during the team's final regular season game. Stroshine hopes her art helps get kids and her neighbors in the playoff spirit.
So far, we've had a few kids really love it and just in awe. So they always love getting to see the beginning of it, and then when they come back later, they're even more in awe. Sometimes we capture it on our camera, and it's a lot of fun to share.
All this chalk artwork took about 2 hours to complete. Stroshine says she will draw something new if and when the Oilers make it to round 2. Edmonton's mayor is feeling confident the Oilers will go that far at the very least.
Let's go 5 because then we don't have to go back to Anaheim. Let's stay at Oilers in 5. We get 1 extra home game. That's great for Edmonton, and it gives us a little bit of suspense, but not too much.
Andrew Knack made his first round prediction between the Oilers and Ducks while launching Tourism Week. The city is encouraging locals and visitors to take in everything Edmonton has to offer. Playoff festivities are a big part of that. The Oilers' 7th consecutive playoff run is expected to bring in millions of dollars for the local economy. A parking ban for spring sweeping is now in effect for some neighborhoods in Edmonton. The city says parking ban signs will be up at least 24 hours before sweeping begins. Drivers who do not move their vehicles could be fined $250. The vehicles, however, will not be towed this year. Crews will be working from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. You can sign up to receive notifications online, which will tell you when street sweeping will take place in your neighborhood. The city is also collecting yard waste. Homes with curbside pickup will get 2 yard waste collection days between today and June 15th. All pickups are scheduled on a Monday. The city wants you to leave your yard waste in see-through plastic bags or double-ply paper bags. There's no limit to how many bags you can set out on the curb, but each bag needs to be light enough to lift with one arm. If lingering snow is making it tricky to gather your yard waste, the city recommends saving it for the second collection period. That begins on May 25th. You can also drop off waste at eco-stations or the Edmonton Waste Management Center. The city says elm tree branches will not be accepted as it's trying to prevent the spread of Dutch elm disease. Rehabilitation work on 112th Avenue, the bridge over Wayne Gretzky Drive, is underway. Repairs are being done to deteriorating parts of the bridge. A new multi-use path is also being added to the north side. Traffic on 112th is reduced to one lane in each direction. The city hopes to have this work complete by next year. And construction on 95th Avenue is back. Phase 2 of the renewal project between 163rd and 170th Streets is underway. This work includes new sidewalks, curbs, and street lighting. The service road lane access is also being permanently removed east of 170th Street. Buses will still run in that area, but some stops may be temporarily closed during construction. Drivers can expect single-lane traffic, and construction is slated to last until the fall. Coming up next on CTV News, Best in Brew, a local coffee shop recognized for serving more than your average cup of joe. Also just ahead, new inflation data shows how much more Canadians are paying for pretty much everything.
I think today's inflation numbers just reinforces what we're seeing every day.
Good evening, folks. Temperatures were just slightly above 20 for a daytime high today. It will be just slightly below 20, it looks like tomorrow, but still on the warm side of things. Then some rain for Tuesday night and Wednesday, and a cool down for Wednesday and the back half of this week. We'll tell you how much cooler in just a few minutes.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Alberta's Minister of Red Tape Reduction says meeting with grocery store owners will be a listening exercise to see what can be done about rising food prices. During her weekend radio show, the Premier said Minister Dale Nally will be leading the meetings with Canada's largest grocers. Nally says while many of the pressures on food prices are national and global issues, the province will focus on what can be done locally to improve competition and lower prices.
And so we're speaking to the grocers now, and we're having those conversations to see what their recommendations are on how we can move forward with lower prices.
Now, part of the pressure at grocery stores is the cost of meat. Cattle prices are up 20% in the last year. CTV's Kathy Lee reports.
On Colk farms in southern Alberta, thousands of cattle are raised and finished, part of a critical link in Canada's beef supply.
They're curious.
But CEO Leighton Colk says the cost of doing business is rising.
These big animals have gone from being $1,000 to $1,500. They've crept up to $3,000 to $4,000.
Futures market data suggests cattle prices are trending higher, up more than 6% in the past month and nearly 20% in the last year. Severe drought in Western Canada and the U.S. Midwest is a contributing factor. Less grass and higher feed costs forced some producers to cut back their herds. The tight supply and strong demand is driving up cattle prices.
If the cost of production's high, eventually the end product has to come up to pay for that cost of production.
And the price of that end product, beef, has skyrocketed. The latest Stats Canada data shows prices are up nearly 14% compared to last year, outpacing overall food inflation.
In spite of these high prices, we still see consumers wanting to purchase beef. If we see consumers start to pull back, then it's expected that prices will start to come down.
But as long as Canadians continue to want their steaks, roasts, and hamburgers, ranchers will need to focus on growing their herds to bring down the price, something that Colk says is happening.
We are seeing some growth. It's not as fast as you would think because cash crops, canola, wheat, barley, corn, soybeans, those are all crops that are competing for the same grass that the cow eats.
Because it takes time to grow the herd, industry experts say it could take another 1 to 2 years before consumers see a reduction in beef prices. Kathy Lee, CTV News, near Lethbridge, Alberta.
Whether it's groceries or gas, price hikes are being felt nearly everywhere. New data inflation shows how much more Canadians are paying for pretty much everything. CTV's Jordan Canagan has more.
Canada's inflation rate is climbing again to 2.4% in March. The biggest reason is what drivers are seeing at the pumps.
I watch the gas prices everywhere I drive, and if I see a low one, I pop in no matter whether my tank's 3/4 full or empty.
According to Statistics Canada, the inflation rate jump comes after gas prices soared by 21% compared to February.
I think today's inflation numbers just reinforces what we're seeing every day. Pump prices have gone up a lot, and then we find out a month later what it did to inflation. So it shouldn't be a surprise.
It's certainly not a surprise for those buying pretty much anything.
It's gotten super expensive. I can now carry my groceries because it's so much less in the basket. There's hardly anything. It's over $100, so it's crazy. I'm not stopping buying anything, but you sure notice it.
I was just pricing out yogurt, and it has doubled in price. And like everything's gone up. Like I don't know what to do.
Food prices climbed by 4.4%, with fresh vegetables rising by nearly 8% compared to last year. Alberta's premier says the province will meet with grocers to explore ways to lower prices locally.
The other thing I think people feel is when they go to the grocery store and they're at the meat counter and they're buying a ham and they're buying chicken and they're buying the eggs and the milk, and they're saying, why are things so much more expensive than I remember?
It comes as the suspension of Ottawa's fuel tax kicks in. That move equals a cut of about 10 cents per litre.
It'll help, it'll cushion the impact, but it won't offset what we've seen with the war in Iran and the spike in energy prices.
Jordan Canigan, CTV News, Calgary.
Several studies show volunteering is good for our bodies and our minds. Tuesday on Your Morning, we'll talk about the opportunities to get involved here in our city and an upcoming fair.
Your Morning Edmonton, weekdays.
Programming brought to you by Green Tree Outdoor Living, where your dream yard becomes a reality.
Welcome back. 4 degrees this morning, 21 for a daytime high today. We get to 19 on Sunday, 21 today. We'll be about 16 or 17 for a high tomorrow, so still a little bit above average. And then it's below average for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend. Not super cold, but a lot cooler than today and tomorrow. Get a chance of some scattered showers early tomorrow morning. This is about 4 or 5 a.m. I think for most of the day, we're just looking at mixed sun and cloud to partly cloudy skies. Tuesday night, that's where you get the better chance of some showers or maybe even some periods of steadier rain from around Edmonton all the way east along Highway 16. That rain carries right through into the first half of the day Wednesday. Further north, this is snow. This could be several centimeters of snow for the Fort McMurray area through the day Wednesday. We've got some snow later in the day Wednesday as well in through the foothills and mountain parks. Here in Edmonton, we'll stay cloudy. Gusty wind on Wednesday to go along with those cooler temperatures. The chance of rain just sort of backs off to a slight chance of showers for the afternoon hours on Wednesday. Most of the rain's going to be done by about midday. There were your temperatures today on the warm side. You can see the orange zone slips a little further south tomorrow, a little further south Wednesday. We get into some cooler air here for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and probably the weekend as well. Your morning low tomorrow is around 5 degrees. We'll see daytime highs in that range for the end of this week. -3 Fort McMurray tomorrow morning, -1 in Grand Prairie. You're back to about 15 tomorrow, 17 for Edson Whitecourt, 12 to 17 degree range here across the northeast. Lloydminster into the mid-teens, Red Deer, cloudy skies and about 17 degrees here in Edmonton. Again, 16 or 17 for a high, mixed sun and cloud. Good chance of some rain Tuesday night into Wednesday. Gusty wind at a high of 8 on Wednesday, then 5 or 6 degree range for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and a slight chance of a little bit of mixed precipitation there on Thursday. Long-range forecast has us back to around double digits by the end of the weekend or early next week, and back into the mid-teens by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week. That is your forecast.
A coffee shop in Edmonton has landed on the list of the world's best 100 specialty coffee companies. The Colombian entered the competition along with 4,600 other coffee shops. It ended up in 15th place. It's one of only 14 shops in Canada to make the list and the only one from Edmonton. The company says the recognition is exciting for regulars and it's also bringing in new customers. The owners say the award acknowledges the hard work of the people behind the cup.
Kind of plethora of pieces that actually make up a really good coffee shop, because it certainly is more than just the coffee.
We want to create something very special and like to be recognized by an international body where we are going up against like some really reputable coffee shops and coffee roasters all in the Americas is actually like super cool.
The owners say their goal is to bring Colombian coffee to Edmontonians, and that remains their priority. That's our show. Thanks for watching. For news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Have a great night.